we're getting ready now. So this particular documentary is put together by our very good friend and brother Joshua Asa. Joe.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
And how is the morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, by the grace of God.
And happy birthday to you.
Thank you. So, Joe, we are going to air your documentary in some few minutes. Tell us about this particular documentary. Why did you decide to do this in the first place?
Yes. First of all, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity. This documentary is supported by Media Foundation for West Africa.
Yeah.
In collaboration with Star Ghana.
Okay.
And we're looking at effects of mining on education.
Okay.
And I've realized that in the Upper East region here, Gbane community inside Talensi district, children have abandoned school in order to do galamsey activities, and teenage pregnancy is on the rise in that community too as well.
Okay.
School infrastructure too is also affected. There are two particular schools located closer to a Chinese mining company, and these schools are affected. A walls of St. Anthony Primary School, that is one of the schools, have developed cracks.
Okay.
As well as their toilet facility is beyond use. They are no more using it again due to the blessings that the company carry out every day. So we're looking at effects of mining on education.
Okay.
That is why
so it's not basically on it's not limited to Galamsey alone. You're looking at all the other companies that are there.
Yes.
And then engaging in mining.
Engaging in mining. Either they are licensed or not licensed.
Yes.
How does their activities affect education?
Yes.
In general.
Okay.
When you talk of education, school dropout, attendance, just mention teenage pregnancy as well. They are all under education. So we're talking about what are the authorities doing about these issues. Are they aware or they're not aware? If they're aware, what are they doing to avert these issues?
Okay.
So that's why I went to Gbane to bring out what people don't know.
How difficult has it been?
It hasn't been easy at all. You know, from Bolga to Gbane, the road itself, let's say the road
sure
itself,
that you will service your motorbike.
It's not easy. It's not a road that when you're riding, your jaws will be jumping, will be dancing. So it's not easy. From Bolga to Tongo itself is not a small place. The road is not. You need to talk of Tongo to Gbane. Okay. The road is full of stones.
Yeah.
And one other thing too, when upon arriving in Gbane, the looks that the people will look at you look strange in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this Galamsey officers of people, they know themselves, but when you arrive there, you look strange.
You look like a stranger.
So the looks that they look at you will scare you away.
It appears they're living their own world.
Yes.
I mean, it's a whole world. It's a kind of a detached world. They are not even in Ghana.
So if you want information from them, you either have to look like them before you get whatever you want from them. If you dress like officer with your spectacles, tie, and don't mind you. Nobody will mind you. Officer from where?
All right, good to know. Thank you, Joe. So Joe Asa is a reporter, and this is Mission 101 on A1 Radio. We'll be back after this.
A1 Radio. Beat them all. 101.1 FM.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day...
Farmers in Gbane discovered gold on their farms in the year 1995, and the search for this yellow metal gradually became employment for community members. Oboisi, Kejetia, Takwa, Accra. These are names of towns and cities down south of Ghana, but interestingly, there are also nicknames of small areas found at mining sites in Gbane. At this site, miners go down into very deep dark pits in search of gold. Unfortunately, children of school-going age are not left out in the search for this precious metal. They leave school and join grown-up men, climb down into mining pits as deep as 1,000 meters, mostly without any protective gear. I found children aged between 12 and 17 seriously looking for gold. Due to the number of hours they have to work at the mines, these children do not go to school. Some of them have dropped out, whilst others go to school anytime they feel like.
Can guess. Okay, one. I stopped schooling at JHS 1. I have been doing Galamsey since 2008. There are times I earn up to 80 Ghana cedi a day and use the money to help my junior brothers and sisters back at the village who are schooling.
Itu ngi bulle disina beksa mungi dada mungi da adante da mungi marwa ya halida ngi 2 bullets da ngi 5 bullets pama pa dirum banken school ambe yina.
Parents justify the root cause of their children involving themselves in Galamsey activities with poverty.
La non da manzi amken school instead amken school na ewa ngan wolumbi so mani abon korbi ala kabanta bahaba sikota en wala en ala.
Because of poverty, the children are engaged in mining. As I'm talking to you now, myself and my husband are not educated, so how can we get money to take care of our children? The children are involved in the mining in order to buy their school uniforms, sandals and books. They also pay their school fees out of the Galamsey money. When the mining is booming, the children earn at least 20 Ghana cedis to 80 Ghana cedis a day.
I'm not 150, but I'm not 200.
202 million,
200,000. 200,000. So half of 400,000. 100,800.
Kashisila soka skula babo skula ket ka showa borele na ndamde bayan futetu ko yere kal afay na yetum bana tetno wala la na dagbana la ka la min yita la hasane. It
is due to poverty that the children are involved in Galamsey activities. It is not easy to get money for clothing and books for the children. If a child returns from school and there is food ready for him or her, that child will concentrate on studies. But we don't have enough to provide for the family. If I get financial support, I will make sure that no child engages in Galamsey activities again.
To ka ye na pu ye di ina tan ban yan ya wabe bi me ya shukuru pa na ka di ona yibio kala asema dina la non ta ti za wabe to butan sisila.
Teenage pregnancy is also rife at Gbane. Residents say the miners there entice teenage girls with money and end up getting them pregnant. The girls subsequently drop out of school. How old are you?
I'm 17 years.
How old were you when you became pregnant?
That's 16.
Okay, a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened when you became pregnant?
The first thing he said that he want to marry me. And I said, I'm a student. And he said that in future, when we are in the future, he will marry me. And I said, my brothers and my mother, they will not agree. And she said that I should feel free and say that, so that if when we finish our school, he will marry me. And I said yes. But the second day, he called me on the phone and said I should come. And I went there. The house is over there. And he said that they should go to. There was a funeral over there. We went there. He said that we should go home. And we went home. She said that we should go to their house. The father was calling me. And when we go there, the father said no, he didn't call me. And I went home back. The second day that we got the pregnant.
The second day that you went back to the house?
Yes.
And what happened?
He slept at me.
There was only one day?
No, it was 2 times.
2 times?
Yes.
The same day?
No, the second, it's the third day.
So, larata tata si maana ka wazi school na kuna la nepul ka tidati doa ite
She returned from school pregnant. We tried to find out from the school authorities how she got pregnant, but our father became sick during that period. Our concentration was on our sick father. Unfortunately, he later passed on.
So,
presently, there are 2 basic schools at the Gbane community. One of them is the St. Anthony Basic School, which is a public school with a 3-unit classroom block and 176 pupils. The other is the Bonsa International School, a private school which has only a 3-unit classroom structure built with math. These 2 schools are close to each other and stand near to a Chinese mining company by the name Shanji Mining Ghana Limited. The children from these 2 schools, numbering about 400, learn and play in the midst of heavy-duty vehicles and equipment owned by the mining company. The walls of the St. Anthony Primary School have developed deep cracks, while its toilet facility is on the verge of collapse, probably due to the frequent heavy blasts from the mining company. The school children say they fear their lives are in danger.
And the ground will shake. It will shake him.
Describe how you always feel.
It is like the thing is going to fall inside. The school is going to fall inside.
Do you always panic when they blast?
Yes. When they blast, the school always shake, and the smoke will come out. The smoke, the smoke, if they blast and the smoke come out, the scent is not good for us. If they blast, it's like the school is shaking. It's like we are going to fall down.
Does this affect your learning?
Yes. When we are in class, sometimes the ground will be shaken, like we are going to fall down, and sometimes we can learn this thing. There are cars and everything, and the noise will affect us a lot. We want government to give us a land so we can rebuild and get us away from them, because earthquake is caused by this thing and mining. So if we do not move us from here, one day the ground will be vibration, which we will fall down, and it will be an earthquake, which can result us to die.
Sometimes the smoke, we feel the smoke, it gives us sickness. Like sometimes we cough, sometimes we even forced to go to the hospital. So we need help so they can go, either we go farther away or they go farther away from here.
Tomato. Teachers of both schools have same fears as their pupils.
The mining here, it affects the school. Even sometimes there are big trucks passing through mixed noise when we are in classes, so it affects our studies.
So can you describe to me how it is when they blast?
Sometimes when they blast, smoke comes out, and sometimes even they have to tell us that we should. When they started the pit initially, they told us that even sometimes when they are blasting, they always tell the children to go home or to run away from this school premises and go to a fireplace, because of the stones were coming out of the pit initially in the beginning when they started, and it was not deep as now. Now when they blast, whatever happens is that we see some vibration. Even the school, we see that the school is vibrating. The ground, even sometimes you can be in the class and they'll vibrate, the place just be shaking. We are always saying that maybe sometimes we're afraid that maybe one day the school can subside. So we are always not.
What happens during classes hours when they blast? Does classes continue or it stands still?
Sometimes when they blast, it distracts the classes. Maybe sometimes we were there and they blast. Sometimes there was some kind of air coming out, and the students sometimes they have to run out of the class to see whatever is happening. So most at times it affects our studies. And as they goes out, when they comes back, maybe learning will not be effective as it was at the beginning, because they have gone out. So when they are coming back, maybe the concentration is different from as they were in the class initially.
Actually, the mining, it affects us a lot. It affects us a lot, especially learning. Sometimes when they blast and you the teacher yourself, you don't even feel it. You feel the sound and then the shaking over the school. It just tells us that the school is hanging. So the school, it can collapse at any time at all.
If you say it is hanging, what does that mean?
The under is what drill out. The under. So it means that as the school is there, even I was thinking that maybe today's been Friday, but Saturday especially Saturday and Tuesdays, when you are here, you see that the school is it's hanging because the under is drilled out for what the money. Yes, so that is what I mean by it's hanging. There's nothing to support it. We'll be in cloud room. The moment we hear poop, that's all. But there's nothing to tell us that maybe they are going to do. So you can organize your students maybe to be at this place after blasting. You come back. No, they don't tell her anything. They don't tell her anything. Because the whole of Obuasi is hungry. It's not all of school, but the whole of Obuasi. It's not only all school. The community that are feeling it. The water we drink here is not safe. The water we drink, the students, they all complain how they feel it.
The water is not safe.
The water is not safe because there are chemicals. Everywhere you go, there are chemicals. The water they will drink here, there are chemicals. So we ourselves, we don't drink water. We all buy our water and put down there. But the students, how you go to buy water for them? And the food they sell here, the food they sell around is the water they use, and that water is not safe. So now you see our students, their body will be itching and then rashes on them. When you ask, the water, even the bath itself is not easy. So they all bath that water. We are full of chemicals.
The chemicals that come out from the blasting, which it affects their lungs, and more so the dust in which they inhale also what affects their lungs, and also it can cause skin cancer. When a vehicle is passing by, they will all of them they'll draw their attention to the vehicle. So whatever that you were teaching, they will stop that one, then they will try to look at what is passing. And also if it is blasting that they do, they will all what stop what, like assuming I was explaining something to them. Immediately they hear the blast, they will try to what? Pay attention to what is happening outside the classroom. So I think as we are sitting under the trees, it does not also what help, because everything that is moving by, they try to draw their attention to that.
When they do blasting like this, sometimes when you are doing anything, you must stop. After blasting, then you continue because of the noise. Let's say about 4 or 5 years now, they used to pass here, all the trucks. That's the place they used to pass before they opened there as a gate. So one day, car is coming out and the children were playing over here. One of the car ran on one of the children's feet and they took the child to hospital. But we don't know whether they compensate the girl or not, because from that time they took the girl home. So that driver used to go there.
Proprietor of Bonsa International School, Joseph Badpodamet Danka, says plans for the company to relocate the school seem to have fallen on deaf ears.
At this time, you can't see some of the dangers around, but if it were to be dry season, the school is just within the entrance of the company. And if the vehicles are moving around, you see it carries a lot of dust to the children. And the operation of their machines and other things, you know, they have a lot of chemicals. Last night, like this, if you were to be around, there was a lot of stink that was coming from the company, which will not even be good for the children there. And they have some shops, or let me say 2 shops near the school. So all the blasting and other things that they do, now we are used to the noise, and the children are even more used to the noise than we the adults, because we are no more afraid of the vehicles, because all the machines they use and other things, we have been seeing them, we have been hearing the noise, so we are now used to that. We have to be sitting down waiting for a good Ghanaian who will come and fight on our behalf.
Does that mean your school is hanging?
We are hanging, we are upwards. They know it very well.
Does their operation affect school attendance and academic performance of your students?
Yeah, as for the academic performance, you know, we are just by them. And, you know, kids too, they are such that if there should be a strange noise, they'll tend to know what is going on. They'll even like to know what is going on. So, you know, it means the teacher has to be hanging until they look at it before they turn over. Yeah. And because they say they are relocating us, we can't just come out and devolve the school in such a way that it will look nice. As at now, I'm losing some of the peoples because they say the structure is not looking nice.
Headmaster of St. Anthony Basic School, Naliok Francis, is calling for the relocation of the school.
You can see the walls cracked. You can see the toilet facility. We can't use it. You see that the wall have even, some of them are collapsed. So now, even my directorate officers, those come, they are asking that have they started building the new school. as at now, I'm not aware whether they are going to build it or not. Because we thought that by now they would have started work. But as at now, nothing has been done. If they are going to relocate the school, the earlier the better. So I will move from here and they can continue their mining. If not, one day we'll be here, and then if the building collapses, it will not be good for us. We don't know the casualties that will happen here because we have the children in the building. So they should try to come to our aid. Even water like this, we are having a problem, as I was talking to you. They came and dug a borehole just here. But as we opened, we came, we can see that they have closed that place. After that, I don't know why they have done that. But they have water facilities in the communities anyway, nearby. But whether it is good for drinking, after that, I can't tell.
Talensi District Director of Education, Farah Joachim, admits the downward performance of school children in the Gbane community is as a result of the Galamsey activities.
I know the situation is not too bad. You're talking about the Gbane area, the Gbane area. Yes. The Gbane area particularly, you know, is so close to the gold mine there. I know it is not a very big factor, but we know once children are so close to the gold mine, children coming from very poor homes come from the gold mine. Once upon a time, they may dodge classes and go to the gold mine. When they are enticed, they will tend to be there. But the sensitization has gone far. It's not many, but we cannot rule out the fact that some of the children can fall through the cracks of education and go into the mining area. But it all needs a double effort. The people in the communities, even in the mining area, we are sensitizing them to chase young children out of the area. The assemblymen, we are telling them to set up committees, work with the PTAs, the SMCs in the area so that we can pull the children out to go back and it. But I'm telling you that the dropout rate may not be too high. Maybe 0.1% may drop out of the school. And even this dropout, not a complete dropout, they may fleetingly go to school today and maybe be caught up by those things. And as I mentioned, we are working very seriously about.
Okay, another issue about that area too is teenage pregnancy. Some of the minors entice the girls.
Yeah, that is so bad. There's a high tendency that children will go to the mining area even out of school during holidays and be engaged in this. And there's a high tendency that these minors will entice these young girls with money, and some of these unfortunate things will happen.
District Chief Executive for Talensi, Edward Awunori, says he is not aware that of school children engaging in Galamsey activities, but nonetheless, as chairman of the District Oversight Committee, DIOC, and the District Security Committee, DISEC, he will take the matter up at the assembly level so that the necessary measures will be taken to address the problem.
I want to thank you so much, Ryder, for drawing our attention that most of these children, some of them are not even in school at all. As chairman of the District Education Oversight Committee, DIOC, we will be meeting probably next week, and I think this will be one of the topmost issues that we will be looking at. I would want the committee, and for that matter DIOC, to get to the mining site and then come with the realities so that we know how we can handle it. The District Assembly have the role to identify the parents of these children, sit with them, discuss with them about the need for these little ones to be enrolled into school, and then I believe that from that angle, we will be able to resolve some of these problems.
Okay, another issue is teenage pregnancy is rampant in that area. And what I made to know is that due to the mining there, the young guys, they cannot boast of something small. And the money that they had from this Galamsey activities, they entice the girls in order to get them.
Well, yeah, that is another social issue. Issue of teenage pregnancy. You recall that last year during the BEC exams, when we were going around, we got to some examination centers where we realized that some candidates at the time were even pregnant while writing their papers. Diok took that serious to the extent that headmasters, circuit supervisors of the affected schools were summoned here. This time you are talking about the mining site. And you know, and I'm aware, that where people congregate, especially the youth, and some of which are not working, and all of a sudden they are able to get some temporary job and they are earning something, they definitely will want to use whatever they have to entice the opposite sex to lure them into certain things. And you ask yourself, who has done this? Irresponsible men who go about enticing these little ones, and they will always end up impregnating them. So once again, we ought to take a look at that at a DIOC level, and together with the task force. When the task force is in operation, they will also take into consideration this particular aspect of it. But the major thing is that the assurance that I'm giving you here is that DIOC will try to go to the mining site and then actually gather further information on this.
Mr. Wonoro also revealed plans of relocating the St. Anthony Primary School.
That school, as I talk to you now, plans are far advanced to relocate that school. We have engaged the company, the chief and elders of the area, and there was a Minerals Commission's recommendation. Once upon a time, the Mineral Commission constituted a committee to look into the activities of mining within the Talensi area. And as part of recommendations by the committee, they indicated that that school has to be worked on by way of renovating the school. Within the shortest possible time, a new school will be built at a different location for that school to be moved there. So you can verify what I have just told you as to the steps we have taken and where we are now as far as constructing a new school for that is concerned.
So for now, you can't best tell when will this school be set up?
You know, the letter that we have received from them indicates that they will start work September, the month of October.
Next month.
So we are hoping that as we are crossing next month, they should start the construction works. And so the moment construction work starts, within the acceptable time frame, the school should be ready for us to go and commission for the peoples to move in. So as we are about crossing October, I will still want you to come back, and then together we know, as they have promised, whether construction works have started or any other thing to talk about.
On the part of the Bonsa International School, this is what the DC had to say.
That school too, currently we are inviting the owner of that school and the Shanji company. We want to engage them because there has been some misunderstanding between the two. We have a situation where the owner of the school says that I was there before you people came. You also have the company saying that we have developed to the extent that where your structure is, we will want to pay you compensation to relocate. Last month, the company lodged a complaint to this office that they had sat with the owner of that school and they had agreed on some terms of compensation, but they have realized that they are putting up new structures at the place. So according to them and per their letter, their fear was that if they are to pay them compensation, they will be looking at the structure there and how much went into it. So beginning new structures will increase whatever compensation that they will at the end of the day be given to that person to relocate. So they complained to this office that we should intervene, and that is why we want to invite the owner of the school and the company to the assembly so that together we sit and iron the differences.
But the proprietor of Bonsa International School disagrees with the DCE's explanation.
You see, there's a new structure there I tried to put up for the incoming GSS and the nursery. The nursery has been under a tree. Immediately I put up that structure, they went and reported me to the DC that I'm redeveloping the area. But if you are ready to relocate me, I wouldn't develop the area. You know, they fear cost. And they want me to be within a smaller cost. I think in Ghana, everybody will know that 5,000 hasn't gotten a school to build. You can't build a school with 5,000.
But did they give you 5,000 to relocate? Or?
They asked me to come for 5,000 for relocation. And I told them if only it will be able, they should use the 5,000 to put up the building so that I will carry the peoples to the school. I'm only urging for a classroom or classrooms, but I'm not worried about money. So if 5,000 can put up a school or classrooms, then they should do that for me to go. It shouldn't be that I'm after money. If one day there will be a good Ghanaian, the right thing will be done. But I think you can't go to China and get something happening that way. You can't go, a Ghanaian will not go to China and start to behave the way he likes.
Meanwhile, Assemblyman for the Gbane electoral area, Bismarck Azuma, said several appeals he made to the District Assembly and the Regional Coordinating Council with regard to the two schools near the Chinese mining company proved futile.
The authorities concerned are sitting adamant. I'm talking about even the district assembly itself, the regional the regional RCC itself. This problem they have followed them up several occasions. Why Shanji is still operating Mineral Commission themselves? Even the officer in charge in Bolga is not also doing his work, because your own head office has given these recommendations. These people are still working without stopping, removing the head frame. They are working without even renovating the school building. These our children are still in these classrooms. What, to be frank, if this company had my community people at heart before they came in, they could have even built a school somewhere and moved these children in before even starting to dig the surface. Yet they came for over 5, getting to 6 years now. They've been digging gold close to this particular school. They've not made any attempt in relocating. And that is why I see that it's not fine, it's not fair, because the recommendation says you should stop work within that area and renovate the place. Why are we now talking of relocating for 5 years? When you came and operated 5 to 6 years now, what prevented you from building a school even before starting the work? They are thinking of relocating building a school somewhere for the children to be moved. For how long are we going to wait for this to be done? And are we waiting for the school building to collapse on our children before we start crying foul? Why can't we just understand this, and because of people's personal interest, just to package something in their own packets, we are putting our children at risk. We cannot sell our children on a silver platter for somebody's interest. It's unfortunate that this case is still pending, and I'm shocked and surprised, dismayed. I think DC is aware of this issue, and he cannot. I don't know what is happening. Regional minister is aware, and still the case is still going on. A police command. Me per se speaking, because of my stand on this issue, I have been arrested on several occasions without any problem, and I feel I'm prepared to still face more, even as I'm airing now with you. I know after even it goes up, you may see some intimidation from police personnel here and there trying to find out from me, but I'm prepared to face it for the truth to be done. I'm saying that what the people are supposed to do, they are not doing it. My takeoff is that I'm an assembly member. The assembly is only trying to buy time. For how long? How many years has this gone on? And all the time, assembly member will speak, and they come on they are not telling us that for one month. For how long are we? You can monitor them from the 1 month and see whether that has been done. They are only buying time. They know the right thing, but to be frank, I don't know what Shanzi is doing to prevent us as an assembly to halt the activities on the area they are not supposed to work.
Moving forward, there is the need for public education of the people of Gbane on the negative effects of mining on the total development of children involved. It is also important that stakeholders in the community channel more effort towards tackling the issue of children engaged in mining by enforcing child labor laws and providing adequate school infrastructure. From Gbane in the Talensi district, I am Joshua Sar reporting for A1 Radio.
And that's quite a very wonderful piece by Joshua Asa, looking at the effects of mining activities in Gbane on education. Now, this story has two sides.
First, we are looking at the involvement of children in mining activities. Some children have abandoned school and are engaged in these activities. For sure, you can blame this on poverty. And another aspect of this particular issue is the fact that the activities of a mining company in the area is affecting the academic activities of some 2 schools which are located very close to the mining site. And so we will go on the phone lines now and then speak to relevant personalities on this particular issue. And this is Mission 101. And let me quickly announce that this particular report is supported by the Media Foundation for West Africa in collaboration with Star Ghana. Let's hit the phone lines first and talk to Silas.